Hey, good morning, everybody. And it happens to be a Friday here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Beautiful sunny weather. Not really seeing many clouds in the sky today. So spring is definitely tempting us here. Sometimes we have these little fake springs weather come around where it's really warm for a while, then we'll drop back down and get a bunch of snow and be cold. But hopefully spring is here to stay, but only time will tell. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about blower door testing or blower doors. Maybe it's a word you've heard or you've never heard of, and just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what that is, what it means to the builder, the homeowner, some of the subcontractors. So we are building an Energy Star home, which there are a bunch of requirements by the that here actually in the state of Nebraska. We have an energy office that we go down to. It's right next to the Capitol. And we go down there, we have to submit plans, they have to review them back and forth, everything in the plan has to be perfect, then we build it, it has to match everything to the plan. And some of the main things for an Energy Star home are your insulation, obviously, the windows, the SHGC, which is solar heat gain coefficient, the U value, there's all these certain numbers, the square foot of glazing or glass in the house, the direction the house faces, all these the eave overhang of your roof, kind of how big the soffit is from the outside of your outside wall. All that matters in all these calculations that we work with at the office downtown here in Lincoln to meet the energy requirements. So basically, going back to the blower door test, what it does is it's basically a fan. In the door, you pick a door, typically garage door, front door. You pick a door, it's blocked off, tightened up with some pulls. It's sucking air out, so you're getting what's called negative pressure in the house. So basically, what happens is the fan turns on. There's a little guide, a measuring device that shows how much air leakage you have based on how many cubic feet you have in the house. And there's kind of a guide, a chart that the energy advisor goes off of how much air leakage you should have, because just a little bit is okay, but you don't want a lot. So basically you're setting up this fan, it's pulling pressure out, and you can walk around the house, and if you're not meeting those numbers, you can literally feel spots, whether it's on an exterior wall, a dryer vent, a kitchen hood. You can feel air just constantly pulling through because everything else is so tight, and that fan is trying to pull air through somewhere, so it finds basically the leaks, we'll call it. So on this specific blower door test that we did this week, we had a few spots we had to tape up and verify where the leaks were at and make sure that we got to our numbers. So a couple items we found, dryer vents. And the dryer wasn't there yet or hooked up, so we had to kind of play with that a little bit. The hood vent, so a kitchen hood, if you have exhaust going through a roof, that's another potential spot for air to leak through. And sewer vents, typically on a sewer trap, it's going to be filled with water, so you won't get much air moving through there. But if it's not, you actually can get quite a bit of air leakage through that. So if you picture your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink and it drains, and there's the trap, then there's also a vent that goes through the roof. Well, that vent that goes through the roof, that's air, outside air that can eventually get through the sewer drains or traps, we'd call also. The other thing that we did a really good job on this house, but like can lights, outlets on the exterior walls. So on this specific house, if you picture a can light, if the ceiling's right here, you got a can light. They make these, we call them hats. Hat that sticks on top of the can light, and we spray foamed around this hat to seal up the entire attic space, so no air can get through the can lights. Because in some of these custom homes, we're putting in anywhere from 30 to 60 can lights. That's a lot of penetrations through the ceiling for air to escape. So basically what we did on this specific house, is we put these hats on. When they spray foamed the entire lid or the top side of the drywall in the attic to seal it, they also went around the hats to seal it completely. So how do you create a tight house or a house to prevent air leakage, even if you're not doing a blower door test or Energy Star? The easiest way is to spray foam, insulate pretty much your entire building envelope, we call it. So all the exterior walls, and then if this is the ceiling part right here, all that needs to be a continuous seal of spray foam insulation. Closed cell is what we recommend. So it's completely sealed off. And then what you have to have is an ERV, or basically an air exchanger, because when you get your house so tight like that, your house still needs to breathe. So that ERV basically allows it to breathe. So some of the older houses, they may not have condensation on the windows, for example, where the newer houses in the corner of the windows, we're going to get condensation because houses are so tight. And it's always just kind of an item that comes up as far as the tightness of a house. So basically, blower door test, I just want to talk a little bit about it and give you an idea. We've got some pictures of it we'll be posting on Facebook, Instagram. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop us a message. This is our first ever blower door test that we've done here at Blake Builders in Lincoln, Nebraska. So we are learning. One of the great YouTube channels to follow, if you don't, would be Reisinger Build, Matt Reisinger. He's a huge into building science, and I've learned a lot from him. Met him actually in Las Vegas 2 months ago at the International Builder Show. And if you're not following him and want to learn more about the building science and how to be energy efficient and just flash details properly, go check him out. So anyways, hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you for checking out a video. I appreciate it. Thank you.